guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Fashion Week and how to stay up to date with the latest fashions, trends, shows, collections, brands, etc, etc. I think this is something that a lot of people don't know how to do, and in fact it's really simple, and I'm going to give you a little breakdown of websites, magazines and social media that I use to stay up to date. It might seem really overwhelming and confusing to keep up with the constant fashion weeks. It seems like there's always a fashion week, always a fashion show. How do you know what to look at? How do you know where to look to start with? So I'm going to hopefully give you some tips and advice on how to start staying up to date with fashion, or at least staying up to date with the designers and brands that you are interested in. So to start with, I'm going to give you a run through of websites that I use to keep up with fashion. And now these websites, I've got 3, and they are Vogue Runway, Business of Fashion and WWD. These are all websites that are official, they are used by industry professionals, they are constantly updating and renewing their content, as well as giving you a huge variety of archived work and collections, which is a really, really useful aspect. The archive aspects of the websites are aspects that I use constantly and always looking at them for my research as a student and just in general to understand a brand and its wider context. So to start with, I'll talk through Business of Fashion. Now, Business of Fashion is obviously dedicated more to the business side of fashion, funnily enough, and it will give you a rundown of analytics of companies, how a brand is doing financially. It's really useful to see that level of fashion if you're not particularly interested in it. So Business of Fashion will give you a good breakdown of the latest shows, seasons, collections, designers, brands, blah 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 blah. And it will also talk about any topics that have emerged throughout the collections that were shown, which is really interesting. So it could be something like sustainability, or a certain type of new sustainable material which is being used, or technology, for example. Something that's really nice about the website is you can choose specifically which fashion week in which city to look at. So if you wanted to look at Milan 2016 spring summer, you could click on that and then that will pop up for you and you can look at all of that. If you wanted to look at London 2019, all of that's there. I'll show you Business of Fashion website just here, and I will show a screen recording of it all going on. So the next website I'm going to talk about is Vogue Runway. Now, Vogue Runway is one that I have used for ages. I've got the app Vogue Catwalk. It's a really informative, fun, useful website to get you to see the latest collections, the latest shows, and a breakdown of alphabetically ordered designers from A to Z, and which designer has shown, which date, which time, blah blah blah. Vogue Runway has a really good archive. It shows you all previous designers' collections. So if you wanted to look at Balenciaga 2006, you could search that and which season, and it would come up with a coverage, a detail and a live stream. What I like about Vogue Runway is they even tell you the photographer who photographed the collection, or the Vogue photographer which photographed the collection, and often there's a live stream section which you can watch the actual live stream of the show whenever you want. The next website is WWD. Now, WWD is not one of my go-tos. It's something you have to subscribe to, which is because it's a real industry professional website. So it gives you a significant amount of coverage, images and knowledge that you might not get from other websites where you don't have to subscribe to. It's really good if you want to widen your knowledge about fashion in general and have a sophisticated knowledge of all things fashion, from trends to trend forecasting to particular silhouettes that are going to be up and coming, designers, new designers, old designers, history, news articles, topics, everything, the whole shebang. All of those websites I've just mentioned, you can get daily newsletters for, which is something that I do. You just include your email and there you go, you get daily updates of fashion news every single day, which is nice. So it means you don't have to constantly go onto the website and have a look. Those newsletters also give you updates of events that the company might be holding, or talks, or anything. So now I've spoken about websites, some of you might be wondering how to know when fashion shows are even on. Now this is something that takes a bit of research really, but I use several websites, magazines and social media to do this, and it's the same every year, so once you know it, then it's all there really. But one website I found that's really informative and easy to understand is Fashion Week Online. It shows you a clear breakdown of in which month is which show, which menswear fashion show or womenswear fashion show, and in which city and in which order the cities show. So that's a really useful website to just get a general overview of fashion season. Now, I don't know the websites for Milan, New York or Paris, however they will have their own websites. There is a London Fashion Week official website which I use regularly for Fashion Week schedules, so if you are particularly interested in London Fashion Week, then go to the website and you can see they have a schedule for the up and coming show that will be held in London. So when there is an up and coming show, London Fashion Week often have the dates underneath their logo. When as soon as you go on the website you'll see it, so that gives you an instant when is London Fashion Week, then it is. It won't however show you any addresses because Fashion Week is an exclusive thing where you have to be invited to attend. Now, I also use online magazines such as Vogue, Harper's Bazaar and Elle. These mainstream commercial magazines have a greater coverage of fashion season. These magazines will give you a really good breakdown of trends, silhouettes, backstage gossip, after party gossip, hair and makeup, beauty trends and fashion show overviews as well. And these magazines do this because they are commercial, so they're trying to sell products. So they are showing you these collections so that they can hopefully inspire you to purchase. Now, a nice little physical magazine for you to purchase is Vogue Collections. Now, I don't have a copy to show, but I'll show one here. Vogue Collections is a magazine dedicated to collections and the latest shows. Now, this is a really nice piece of magazine work to own if you're interested in magazines. It's dedicated simply to the latest season, and there is one regularly coming out when the latest fashion week is over. It gives you insight into the colours, trends, everything you need to know about designers, brands, their collections, and often it will give you page by page London Fashion Week designers and other international designers who are particularly interesting. So that is a really nice magazine to purchase if you are really interested in physically looking through a magazine and keeping it for a long time to review collections and make collages out of, maybe, I don't know. And you can buy those Vogue Collections magazines. They're often quite chunky. They're in WH Smith sometimes, or big newsagents specifically for magazines, you know, those ones they have in London, like those really big ones with loads of magazines you've never even heard of before. That's the place. Now, another top tip is, this is quite an obvious one I think, but if you follow any brand, any designer, any models that you are wanting to keep up to date with on social media such as Snapchat and Instagram, even Twitter really, they will give you updates, regular updates, to tell you when a show is, to keep their followers updated, to keep you engaged, and they will also often do a live stream of the event or show that they are holding and which season, so that you can watch from your bedroom. So I hope these tips help. They're all things I use myself regularly, and as always I would like to create a community, so if you have any suggestions for another video, please comment below. I would love it if you told your friends about this channel if they're interested in fashion or if they just want to know more, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative and useful. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.